And we're live!
Wow. Did we do a pre-show?
Welcome to the WAN show. Someone did a pre-show.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Good job. I was working.
I was working too. I noticed that
I'm just trolling.
Colton actually officially changed the start time of the WAN show on the channel.
Did he change it to 5?
He changed it to 5, but then he told me he changed it to 5. So it didn't work.
Well, that's a fail.
Yeah,
you can't tell us that you changed it to 5. We would have probably never noticed.
Yep, and we would have tried really hard to hit 4 o'clock or 4:30, and then
probably
we would have actually hit 5. But he told us he changed it to 5, so now we're screwed.
You can't make us comfortable.
I think we should change it back to 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then change it back to 5 at some time and don't tell us.
This week was freaking crazy.
You want to talk about your thing that you went and did?
Yeah, it was actually really awesome. So yesterday, this was a totally last minute thing. Like I didn't find out until. So what was yesterday?
We've been trying to plan
Thursday.
it for a little while.
Yeah, no, it's been possibly happening for like weeks.
Yeah.
But then, so Thursday, I went down for a tour of Monolith Productions. So they're best known probably for their work on
Right
Matrix
now.
Online.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I knew them from that.
I actually make
but
that joke in the
probably
video.
almost no one else does. I knew they did that. I played.
Really?
Yeah.
You played the Matrix
For
Online?
almost no amount of time.
You know, there's
or
like
was it
a
like
fan
a beta or something.
You know, there's like a fan server. Like, there's a guy who
Oh, of
reverse
course
engineered
there
the.
is.
He like packet sniffed to
Oh,
figure
wow.
out what the server was doing.
Yeah.
And like it's super broken. Like it's like actually really, really broken and terrible.
Wow.
Like you basically can't do anything, and I think you have to enter text commands in order to do things.
Oh.
Yeah,
my.
like it's like really broken.
And it's still up.
But he's been working on it like since it went down back in whatever that would be, like 2007, 2009. I don't remember when it went down.
What a hobby.
Yeah, what a hobby indeed. But anyway, sorry, probably better known for Fear, Condemned, Fear 2, and then more recently.
The Fear series definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Middle-earth, Shadow of War are probably what they are better known for developing. And those last two have been done since the Warner Brothers acquisition. So that's how they managed to get the rights to make Middle-earth games.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got to go down there and check these guys out. And I didn't find out that I was going to be going until I think late Tuesday night. And I left here early Thursday morning, so I actually had to get up at like 6:15 in the morning and then meet Pella at the office, and then we had to leave the office by about 7:30, 7:45. That got us down there for a little after 10, and then we shot all day. So we actually shot for...
Because they have a lot of stuff at their studio.
Half-hour lunch, so we shot for like
there.
10 hours or so, and then we left late at night. We got some Five Guys on the way back.
Nice,
so
there you go.
that was pretty sick. You can't go down to America without getting some Five Guys.
Well,
burger
Five
and
Guys
fries.
is in Canada now.
What?
Yeah. How did
Really?
you not know this?
Is it cheaper than it is down there? Because 2 burgers and 1 medium fries was almost 30 Canadian dollars.
So there's a Five Guys in North Van and just like... I'm not going to say whose house that's near,
though.
But it's there. You know whose house that's near.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if they're like anywhere else.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, cool. Okay, well, at any rate...
I did specifically say Vancouver.
So we were shooting there for like 10 hours, and man, that place is so cool. Like, I don't want to give away everything.
It's amazing. It's great there.
But, like...
Oh, dude, there's one in Surrey.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm totally going to go at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like super amazing. They were really, really open, which was probably the coolest thing about it.
Yeah.
Like there was one thing they really wouldn't show us. Well, they showed me actually. They let me into the server room, but they wouldn't let us film it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And they were, there was stuff that I wouldn't have even considered. So the server room is technically like Warner Brothers property.
Oh.
And
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so they couldn't give me details like how fast their internet connection is. They couldn't tell me what speed their internal networking is running at.
I just thought it was cool that they do that on site.
But they did tell me that their internal networking is way beyond 10 gig.
Oh, wow.
Well, you think about what their like animators are working on, like the size of some of the assets that they must be working with, how responsive it needs to be. They've got somewhere between 150 and 200 people, according to Glassdoor. Like, yeah, it would have to be pretty banging infrastructure.
Man, that would have been pretty cool. I totally understand why.
And it was cool, by the way.
Yeah.
But we couldn't film it.
Yeah.
But they did give us some cool stats. So they told us they have about 800 terabytes of storage on site, which, man, you should have seen the guy stiffen when I said, "Oh, hey, that's almost as much as we have." Because like how many hard drives you have is like the IT guys like dick measuring contest.
There's
right?
the dick measuring contest on the forum of like who has more storage. Basically, there's a whole thread.
Like the 100 terabyte club, I think it's called.
I think so. Yeah.
So that's
funny.
Absolutely a thing. Like did
you get to do any stuff in the mocap room?
I didn't get to actually do mocap.
Okay, yeah.
But they were doing a shoot while we were there.
Oh, cool.
And their mocap room is freaking
it's awesome.
Awesome.
It's super cool.
And two of the guys that, like, I don't want to give away everything from the video,
but
I will talk a little bit about the mocap room. So it's got 39 cameras. And these are high frame rate cameras, although they said they usually record at 60 FPS. Actually, this I didn't put in the video because there was so much.
Much stuff.
Yeah. I had 8 pages of notes that to get down to what would typically be a script for us, which is usually about 1 3/4 pages.
Yeah.
Obviously I had to cut. I had to cut. So this was really cool. So those cameras they have are fully capable of 120 FPS capture, or even higher. And what they do is they capture at 60, because they were saying that actually you end up throwing out a lot of that data anyway. When you're giving the mocap data to the animators, because it's for a video game and we're giving it to animators. So if you need to create frames in between an action, you just do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like these are just data points that the ARM follows along. Of course, you have a model that's gonna just it'll run at however many frames per second it runs at.
I want to talk more about it, but maybe we'll wait till people have seen the video.
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's a few more things I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil things that you very likely talked about.
I think that video is due out in about a week and a half, so it shouldn't be that long.
Is it a simul?
I think it'll be a simultaneous release on Floatplane and YouTube. So, so that was pretty cool. That was kind of the highlight of my week. And you mostly worked on Floatplane stuff, I guess, this week.
Yeah. I hired one guy who's working mostly weekends, maybe some nights. He's hopefully going to be working on the payment processing because it's super bad right now. Oh, man. So that's really awesome. And there's another guy who's confirmed to join later next month full-time. I'm not going to be giving much more information about those guys because, probationary periods and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's exciting because we need some help. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Another really cool update for Floatplane, and I'm not going to give away who it is, but because I don't know if this person...
Have you talked to him since then?
I wasn't even going to say this person's gender. I didn't want to give any hints whatsoever, but there is a person...
Maybe I assumed.
Maybe you assumed.
Yeah.
Anyway...
I mean, I don't know.
What we can assume is that this person is a human person,
and
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So we do have someone who will be joining us as the very first third-party creator on Floatplane. We are going to be...
There are so many guesses
doing some pretty janky stuff to make it happen.
It hopefully won't seem janky.
Yeah, hopefully it won't seem janky, but there's some... basically our CMS, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term, but it stands for Content Management System.
Yeah.
And it refers to the uploading tool where you also create your thumbnails and titles and you do what...
It's where you manage your content.
Yeah, internally we call it merching because it's kind of... Because I come from retail, and so it's not enough to just put a product on the shelf, you have to merchandise it. You have to put all the little cool speeds and feeds. You have to set a price. You have to arrange them nicely. And that's the way that I see like a description and tags and thumbnails. So that's where you like merch your video and that. Or okay, so in the last week and a half, Luke and his team.
That's not entirely how it's happened because it's been kind of been tooled on for a long time. But now,
but what stage was it at a week and a half ago?
Not close to ready. And then one guy specifically on my team, I'm not going to call it your name because I don't know a handle for you that isn't actually your name. So, and I don't know if you're cool with that anyways, but one guy specifically has been working on it like crazy. What you guys used to know as Cat Boiler, but is now AJ Jack's Net. Because he changed his name.
Well, it's good he changed his name. Cat Boiler is a highly inappropriate.
I'm shortening AJ Jacksnet to just Ajax. I think I'm just going to call it Ajax. But he's been doing work on some of the infrastructure stuff too. I know the Australian guys have had a little bit of a server upgrade, so hopefully that goes a little bit better in the future. And there's some other stuff going on, and he's prepping for the new human entity that will be joining Floatplane as well. So yeah. Been a group effort.
TPS 1980 is upset that I speak like a valley girl.
What?
And asks when I'm going to grow out of it. You know, I don't think it's.
How do you speak like a valley girl?
Like I sincerely doubt that I will ever grow out of it. If you want the not like this Linus, then you're probably going to want the scripted Linus, which is most of the more professional written reviews. But if you just want me talking like I talk, then it's going to be full on Valley Girl Linus from now until the end of time.
Someone said Vancouver is basically like Valley Girls.
You know, it's just basically like, you know, whatever, like. You know, it's funny because I only occasionally notice it when other people do it. Because to me, it's such a common, natural part of my manner of speaking that I just don't even notice it.
Yeah.
I don't notice when someone doesn't do it. I don't notice when someone does do it. I just, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow, Linus is begging for likes. No.
Oh, get it?
Yeah. No. No.
I like the joke. Get it? Nah.
I actually have nothing. I have like nothing to say.
Should we get into topics?
Yeah, why don't we get into... Wait, we haven't even rolled the intro.
No, but we have to talk about the topics.
No. I mean, they're already here. They're committed to watch.
Ryzen Mobile announced...
No, it's rolling in
EA shit... Oh.
It kind of sounded like you said EA shits.
I mean,
they kind of...
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody poops.
I mean, they made Battlefront 2, so...
Everybody poops, Luke.
Including EA.
Hey, we have a new sponsor. Madrenas Coffee.
Yeah.
40% off.
That's considerable.
FreshBooks.
Yeah.
And Synergy.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Cool. Anyways, topics. Right. We have Ryzen Mobile announced, not like mobile phones. We'll get into that.
You are determined to do the highlight topics thing. I'm not going to let you finish.
EA shuts down the Revive network. Also, GTX 1070 Ti news.
Oh, wow. So you're going to go all ASMR to try and get them to pay more attention to you?
And AMD is making money again.
I think that whatever you're saying.
I wonder what this goes into. Is there ASMR of two people talking at the same time? Is that a thing?
You know what?
Or is that just too much stuff happening?
If a thing exists, there's a subreddit somewhere that's into it.
I wonder if there's like let's just use the term subreddit for now.
Sure.
I wonder if there's like a subreddit dedicated to just like people talking about news.
Probably.
But like not like
2 ASMR 1 cup. I think that is /r/2 ASMR. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
I mean, someone's got to make it now, right?
Yeah, it would shock me if by the end of WAN show today, that subreddit did not exist.
It's a thing when there's sometimes a top comment where it's like they link to a subreddit and people are like, "Oh man, I wish that existed," and then people go and actually make it a thing because they're like, someone wishes that it existed. I can mod this. I can be the mod for this subreddit. Let's go.
I can
Let's
be the
do it.
mod for like a 2-person subreddit.
Heck yeah.
Realistically, that probably doesn't need moderation so much.
Speaking of websites that aren't made yet, but should be.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No! Oh, you're gonna be kidding me. Oh wait,
I
hold
can
on,
do
hold
it.
on. I wonder
Can
if
you
I
do it?
just. No, it's fine. I'll do it.
Looks like it's done.
Hold on, maybe.
I can go do the thing.
No! I can do it.
Well, has it been 2 weeks since this?
I don't know.
Because I was at TwitchCon.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's been 2 weeks since the Luke Was Wrong meme started.
Okay, so that's the SDI one. Which
And
means I definitely need to do this.
I have to say, I'm a little disappointed in the creator.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's been an there was a Squarespace page made, and initially it was like, oh wow, this is actually pretty good, especially considering the short amount of time that was given for it to be created. And then there was a Twitter made. The guy or girl or whatever, I don't know, has been tweeting. There's been a Discord created. There's been an Instagram created, but nothing has been done with it.
Really?
It's still the same.
Hold on.
There's even
Are
the
you
like.
sure it's still the same? Hold on.
There's
When
and you click
was
on
Luke
that,
wrong?
and then coming
soon.
Nothing's been done with it.
Oh.
But I do have fairly
I still
interesting
love
news.
this site though. Is this from
out
Mod24?
LinusWasWrong.com. And
What?
yes, it was.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Check out LinusWasWrong.com.
When was I ever wrong?
Just give it a shot. Just
This
give
was
it a
probably
little
you.
give it a little look. Oh, look at that picture.
No!
Who knows?
Get notified.
You can join
What does that even mean?
I don't know, to be completely honest.
No.
Is there anything else going on this webpage? I don't
No,
know.
the joke was that
Oh,
you
no.
were wrong about Pokemon.
Apparently, I think there's. Let's see.
I didn't know there was a LinusWasWrong.com.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know what you're wrong about because neither of the websites have been like updated at all. So there's no like information or video clips or anything.
You know what I'm probably wrong about? They probably are just like, you know what? It is wrong to be so
say, like,
perfect
that
in every
many
way.
times? Wow.
Like it's wrong in the sense that it defies reality, you know?
You go on like Metacritic and like pretend that you're a game and
Okay, you're doing that on purpose now, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, so our first topic. Wow, we are 20 minutes into the show?
Haven't even started talking about news. Heck yeah.
Well, if you don't talk about any news, it can't be fake news.
Wow.
Or
yeah.
it's the fakest news of all time.
One of the two.
News that isn't even news. There's nothing new about it. Ryzen Mobile has been announced. This was posted by Porina on the forum.
Yeah.
And the original article here is from my friend Dr. Cuttress over at Anand Tech.
I have to say before we start, I love these stats. I love stats for AMD's new stuff because it's been so long since they've released something else, and they compare themselves against themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's 200% faster, 128% GPU performance.
And the funniest thing about it is that, like, the AMD fanboys who have for all these years been saying that AMD had competitive offerings are just like oblivious to the fact that AMD themselves is acknowledging that they have a product that is now competitive that is anywhere between 40 to 400% faster than their previous best. So
Yeah.
hold on a second. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
And to be clear, Intel fanboys and NVIDIA fanboys are no less intolerable.
Oh, no.
It's
all the same.
It's just poor AMD fanboys have suffered in a way that the other two groups have not.
They're grizzled, though. They've
they-
been through some stuff.
They have been through a level of denial that I think
Yeah.
would kill any other living being.
Yeah.
So you could think of them kind of like cockroaches.
Or
You know,
like those
where,
little,
like,
I don't remember what they're called.
It's
but
like
those,
a denial nuclear holocaust.
yeah, you're just like,
you know?
no. You want me to die? How about no?
No.
I
no.
refuse.
Yeah.
Why? Because Ryzen.
But they didn't know it was going to be called Ryzen.
But they knew they were going to rise again.
It's so funny because, like, even right in the name of the product, It's Ryzen. It's like AMD is painfully aware of what's going on here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what was the news again? Oh, right. Okay, so
Mobile.
Ryzen 7 2700U with Vega 10 is a quad-core chip, 2.2 base, 3.7 gig turbo. That is freaking awesome. It would have been more impressive if Intel hadn't also launched their U-series processors quite recently with quad-core quad-core designs. But at 15 watts, man. Zen is looking like it scales down really nicely to these lower power envelopes.
That's cool, man.
Let's see what else they've got. Zen plus Vega. That's another thing, too, is Vega might not look particularly power efficient in the RX Vega 56 and RX Vega 64. But if you talk to industry people off the record, what they'll say is that, well, don't judge Vega based on the products that it's in. Vega is very efficient if you actually scale down the voltage.
And a lot of what's, like, I know
So
basically...
it's overclocked, basically.
Yeah, and pretty much every chip company for a while now has been going really hardcore in the whole bring the temperatures down, make it more power efficient category.
Yeah.
But where it really matters for me is mobile stuff, mobile laptops, mobile phones. And if they're going to be really efficient with those types of things, then awesome. Are you actually looking at
These are so funny. Okay, hold on. Okay. Anantech has those like ads from around the web ads now.
They're terrible.
And these are some of the worst I have ever seen.
Oh, check out that chiropractor trick, though.
Hold on.
Heck
so from the web, Canada, market failure, thousands of iPhone 7s for only $5. Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. That is a plus. And that is not a phone at all. That is AirPods. Okay, and this guy? No, I don't remember him.
I don't remember him either.
I bet I cannot gasp. Also, this is one of those ones where, like, when it's really small, like it could look kind of like
it looks
two
ridiculous.
people doing stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it does. When it's up big, you're just like, there's no way a chiropractor is like...
Yeah, that's like not the simple trick that they want you to do. Look at this granny. Rich, dying granny leaves nothing to ungrateful children.
She looks badass,
Shopping
though.
site where you only pay if you win? I think that's every shopping site ever.
Yeah, you win when you buy the thing.
Yeah, and that's when you pay.
Yeah.
You pay when you win. You win. The prize is the thing you bought.
Yeah.
I think? Like, maybe I'm missing something here? Anyway.
I get the that's really glamorizing shopping, but yeah.
You win!
You win! You gave me a
ring.
lot of stuff, and I'm giving you hopefully an equivalence back in terms of a product. Hooray! Shopping!
So anyway, there's some pretty cool designs coming with Ryzen Mobile. HP has an NVX360 coming with the 2500U. It's going to have up to 512 gig SSD or 1 terabyte hard drive, 15.6 inch display, up to 8 gigs of RAM. What is this product?
Yeah, really.
What is it? Wait, what? Who delivers a product that only goes up to 8 gigs of RAM today? And it's like slim and sexy. It's an Envy. It's like HP bought that brand. Like, how many of you have been around long enough to remember Voodoo PC?
I do. I remember.
Okay, like
we had one.
They bought that brand and then just they gave Raul
Not my family.
a bunch of money for it, and then he just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. No, they made him a VP for a bit, and then
I think he disappeared.
Got rid of him because I don't.
But I feel like that had something
really
to do with
anything.
I'm assuming, I have no idea, no rumors,
Yeah.
nothing. This is just pure assumption.
I'm making assumptions too.
I'm assuming that it was based off of a vesting something or other.
Oh right, there was probably like a guaranteed
Vesting shares to some degree, so they wanted him to come on as like advisory for a little while before he took off, and that's probably part of the deal.
They just had no idea what to do with that brand, and now it's a laptop with 8 gigs of RAM. The IdeaPad 720S, actually, this is a weird one too. Up to a Ryzen 7 2700U, runs single channel memory, which we already know is...
It doesn't say how much
Not
either.
that optimal for Ryzen. Up to a 1 terabyte SSD, so it's a purely solid state option. Maybe Acer is going to get it right.
Up to 8 gigs.
Up to 8 gigs. Up to 256 gig SSD. This is a super value product. I mean, maybe I'm missing something here, but why are we Okay, this Acer one wants to take advantage of larger turbo modes. Memory will be dual channel with...
Even Ian, although the system will only support 8 gigs.
Yeah. What's going on? So it looks on paper like Ryzen Mobile should be pretty competitive. I mean, at those base and boost clocks, this thing should perform pretty well. But
Just
you can usually
funky
tell
configured laptop.
before benchmarking something, how good something's going to be, because you got to understand, like, partners like an HP or a Dell or, like a game studio, when you're talking about something like a development kit for a console, like they've got access to the hardware or some approximate equivalent
did you get
of
to see the
for
dev kits?
quite some time. Yes, I did.
They're so cool.
So usually you can tell how good they think something is by the kinds of designs they're planning to integrate it into. So this doesn't give me a lot of confidence for Ryzen Mobile, but hey, I'd love to be wrong. There's some good AMD news. Maybe we'll do that as our next topic here before the... hold on, where's the other AMD news? Yeah, before we do our sponsor spots.
Someone said it's an Ultrabook. Most won't need 16 gig. Also, it uses more power. It uses
So what? The Razer Blade Stealth has shipped with 16 gigs of RAM for 2 generations now.
marginally more power.
Yeah.
And I think a surprising amount of people actually do use that memory. A lot of people are trying to watch... I didn't see the resolution of the screens, but a lot of people are trying to watch, like, fairly high-res Netflix content, which uses good memory.
Well,
Lots of people are running Chrome.
You won't be running 4K. So there's that, because right now that's limited to Intel processors as far as I know. Yep. So no get wrecked on that.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, lots of YouTube tabs in Chrome and a Netflix tab in Chrome and Facebook and Reddit is going to really slam your memory pretty quick.
So this is while streaming. Like, I'm not actually even doing anything right now, and I've already got 6
while
gigs
streaming
of RAM
off a
used.
different PC.
Yeah, off a different PC.
So this computer actually just has like...
Actually, like, nothing going on.
Well, okay, to be fair to you, so you have quite a few things up here. But like the TeamViewer thing is not connected, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
One of those things is Notepad. One of those things is Paint.
Yeah, Paint.
One of those things is
ShareX,
ShareX, which is not doing anything
and
right
it's
now.
also just telling me there's an update, which I don't want because it already does everything I need
The
it to
Skype
do.
one is not connected.
Nope.
It's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not signed in even.
It's not even, okay,
Yeah.
not even signed in.
Because I don't have a sign-in
One
for
of those
it.
is FileZilla. Don't open that one. But like that's not connected to anything.
7-zip.
Some 7-zip tabs aren't doing anything.
Audacity. Okay, I do have a fair bit open.
He has a lot open, but none of them are doing anything.
Yeah, and I can easily like make myself suffer with the Gram. Oh, I'm so excited about the new Gram. But that's the issue, is these designs are competing with the new Gram. So my new Gram is coming, I think, sometime in the next couple of weeks, and it's got a quad-core Intel processor, 8th gen, and it's got 16 gigs of RAM. That's standard now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were competing with last-gen designs like this one, that was fine. That was very last gen of you. When you have to compete with new ones, then it becomes a bit of a problem. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. In other news, AMD is finally making money. What? So this was originally
This
posted...
is way cooler than it seems. I know as like a consumer, you might be like, "Hey, I don't really care, man." But like,
no, but it matters.
That's really important.
It matters a lot. This is posted by DocSwag on the forum. The original article here is actually from AMD's own site. And check this biz out. What? On $1.64 billion revenue. So you compare this to last quarter, that is a really hefty uplift. That looks like about 25% uplift over last quarter. And a little less than that over the same quarter the previous year. Operating income, though, is $126 million gross profit with a net income, so that's, after expenses, of $71 million. Now, to be clear, this is still 7 cents per share. So it's not like, all of a sudden AMD is going to be, throwing hookers and blow parties at their headquarters or whatever. But, hey, this is a really, really good thing for the PC industry in general. So
what a weird way to write that.
They beat expectations. Oh, what's up?
They just like negative is just brackets. They don't want to put the negative symbol.
No, that's
like
normal.
Brackets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an accounting thing. I don't know why.
That's odd, but sure.
But yeah, so operating income was $126 million compared to an almost $300 million loss a year ago. And net income was 71 million compared to a net loss of 406 million a year ago. It's amazing they survived as long as they did.
It really is.
They had to sell everything. They sold their fabs. You know, they sold their HQ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't actually own their headquarter building anymore. Like they had to, like Monopoly style, man.
Yeah.
They had to mortgage Boardwalk.
And then somehow climb back, which
Yeah.
is like really hard to do in Monopoly.
Yeah.
So like,
And in real life.
yeah.
So average sale prices for GPUs went up significantly.
Yeah.
I don't know that cryptocurrency really would have helped AMD sell the GPUs for much higher, so I'm not really sure where that comes from. But Vega has a higher ASP than their previous flagship Polaris.
And, well, they're not getting the cut from the average sale price of GPUs going up, but
Yeah.
it does mean that stores are like, please give us more.
Yeah.
Which is a good position to be in.
So
even
high
if you
volume
can't
sales.
fab more.
And this quarter was especially strong in enterprise, embedded, and semi-custom. So that would be stuff like, I don't know, maybe the upcoming Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Very cool. And this is weird. Our last point in the notes here was one that I went and I looked up for myself without actually knowing that it was already in the notes. But AMD's, they beat their earnings guidance, and then their stock dipped.
That's different.
Yeah. Like, why are you mad that earning money?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has gone up by
Heck yeah.
whatever. Yeah, you have some Bitcoin, right?
I have some Bitcoin. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
good for you.
I expect it, I don't know. There's the one side of things where it's like Bitcoin is like the internet video to TV and like blah blah blah, like this is gonna like completely rule the world, blah, like all this like super hardcore crowd, and then there's people that are like nope.
Yeah.
So like
Until I can buy a Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's with Bitcoin.
Once it gets to that point, that will be insane.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because it has staying power in very weird ways right now.
But it also has some big issues, like that fork is
Yeah.
potentially like it's
intense. It's a scary thing.
because it's a hobbyist thing right now. Like
Yeah.
normal people can't be running around dealing with my currency is this is gonna like fork, and then instead of $50, I'm gonna have $25 and 25 doll hairs.
But one thing that's
And then one of them might go up and one of them might go down. So I have to I have to be following the news. I have to make a bet on which one I think is gonna be the one that goes up.
But then there's also
boned.
huge benefits that are happening for it, where like smartphones now carrying your standard credit card and being able to tap to pay
Yes.
is naturally extremely easy and already happening for Bitcoin.
Right.
So like the normal financial institutions going like, hey, we want to modernize and do this thing already works for Bitcoin. So it's not weird for consumers to switch to that. So like I don't know. It's a very weird space. It's really fun to follow. That's why I have some. And to be clear, I don't have some Bitcoin as in like a few whole Bitcoin. I have like
Some
not
fraction
one.
Some fraction of a Bitcoin. Well, now that they're worth like almost $6,000 US.
Who knows? That could be a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge amount in it. I just have a little bit.
You're basically like playing with it.
I'm doing
right?
it for fun.
Right.
Yeah, I'm mostly doing it for fun. I've made money, which is great, but not.
But you also have to think of it right now as gambling, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is.
I basically see it as spending money on a really expensive hobby.
Yeah,
And
if you do it for look, I don't personally gamble at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have never put a quarter in a slot machine. I have never walked up to a blackjack table.
Put 2 quarters in a slot machine.
Okay.
Because they were American quarters. I didn't know what to do with them.
So I don't gamble.
And I did it illegally because I was underage.
That doesn't mean that you can't gamble responsibly. If it's fun for you to get the rush of playing the game and you go, look, the experience of being in the casino and having people around who are also gambling
There is
and whatever.
someone that works here.
Yeah.
that gambles in a very healthy manner.
Yeah, and that has a $500 value to me, and if I lose it all, then I got my $500 worth, and if I win something, then I'll celebrate and I'll go buy a nice dinner. You can gamble responsibly. And as long as you approach Bitcoin in that manner, I think that you can not totally screw yourself. Okay, here's my $500, and I'm gonna make a hobby out of following the news, and now I've got some skin in the game. So it's kind of like betting with your friends on a sports game.
Yeah, and like one thing that you can do is like, oh, you see it do something trendy, and you're like, okay, I can cash out here for a certain amount of time because I believe that it's going to go up or it's going to maybe go down for a second,
then I'll buy
and
again.
then I'll buy a little bit more with the money that I cashed out with, and then it'll go back up. So now I just like increased my own investment off my own investment. So you can do fun things like that. So you're not even putting more money in. It just takes a little bit more work, and there's like transaction costs. You have to factor that in. Like it's just kind of a fun thing to follow and pay attention to. Jake got really into it, and I was hanging out with Jake, and I'm like, okay, well, if we're going to talk about this all the time anyways, I might as well just and then it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. It's cool.
Speaking of enjoying things, I enjoy telling you guys about FreshBooks.
Yeah.
So FreshBooks is the way to manage the real job that you do and the sort of, for now, real money that you make. FreshBooks is the small business accounting software for freelancers and small business owners. It's built for the way you work, and it is simple, so you don't have to have a degree from the University of Smart Arse, to quote one of my favorite online creators of all time, to just manage your freaking finances for your business. You can actually just do your plumbing job or your general contracting or teach dance lessons out of your garage and get home at the end of the day and not be like fighting with complicated software. It lets you create and send professional looking invoices in less than 30 seconds, set up online payments in just a couple of clicks, and get paid up to 4 days faster, and even see when your client has seen your invoice to put an end to the guessing games. The FreshBooks platform works on the PC, on a Mac, on mobile. You've got the full capabilities of the platform on your Android or iOS device, and you can try it out for free over at freshbooks.com/WAN. Oh, I had different talking points in there. freshbooks.com/WAN, and you can claim your free trial there. Just put Linus Tech Tips in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Next up, we've got Synergy!
Yes.
So do you have the supremely first world problem of having too many computers?
Oh no.
And too many keyboards and mice plugged into them?
Oh wow.
I mean, it's legitimately a problem. Like, a lot of people have very good reasons for having multiple computers.
Yeah.
Maybe you prefer to do your development in a Linux environment or an OS 10 environment, but you want to game on your Windows computer. Well, Synergy lets you use just one keyboard and mouse across all of those devices. It is cross-platform. You just drag your mouse onto the other screen. You just set it all up within the software. They've got just like this grid. You set up where all your screens are. And you can even do more than just switch which one you're using. You can drag and drop files between the computers. You can share the clipboard between the computers. You can set up hotkeys and much more. The basic option does not include encryption, while the Pro one includes encryption for the data being passed between the computers. So you can use our link in the video description to save 50% on Synergy. And sorry, go ahead.
Someone said dual boot, bro.
What?
Wow, not the point. The point is that you can use both of them at the same time.
Yeah, they can both be on.
If you want to check out a retro video, look up, what would it be called? Luke's Mineral Oil PC?
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Does that
I don't even remember what it's called. Oh, a Slick's oil-cooled PC.
Yeah.
I'll just drop it in the chat.
If you check that out, I have 2 keyboards, 2 mice, 2 monitors, 2 PCs, because I have everything split up. And if I had realized this was a thing back then, that would have been really helpful.
Yeah,
actually.
and I mean, another perfect example is if you have something like a render box.
Yeah, a render box, like my main one that I tell people is if you have a laptop that you use for work, you can take it home, dock it when you get home, and then go back and forth between the two because you can drag and drop files across them, everything. It's wonderful.
And the docking process is as simple as putting it down next to your computer.
Yeah.
And maybe plugging in power if you don't want it to die.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Synergy.
Nothing to do with the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. Bringing us to, whoa, we've got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
Da, 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 Madrenas Coffee! Whoa, look at all this.
There's a lot.
Wow, these guys must have sent over like so freaking much of this.
And there's like more in the fridge.
Well, no, that and I've seen people drinking it a whole week. How much did they send?
I think quite a bit.
Okay, well, at any rate, wait, where is it? Here we go. So these guys are all about natural #coffee for fuel and ready to drink, like iced coffee, fair trade. Wait, what are these talking points? This is terrible. So this is ready to drink iced coffee. It's a fair trade organic cold brew, and it's roasted to order. Wait, what? What does this even mean? Anyway, Madrenas Coffee's founders are from the gaming world. We've actually got Shlomo from their team in the Twitch chat right now. Oh, hi, Shlomo.
Hi.
Okay, so that first sentence was not a very good sentence, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys are a lot better at coffee than you are at sentences. In fact, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Their coffee is sourced from high-altitude growing zones in Colombia. They sell iced coffee and cold brews in these 440 ml cans, or you can get their micro-roast whole bean coffee as well. They're made from a blend of their specialty coffee, low-fat, hormone-free milk, and real cane sugar. The iced coffee comes in caramel, mocha, vanilla, cappuccino, 2x dark roast. In fact, I think those are the ones that I have in front of me. And the cold brew coffees have no milk. They ship the beans worldwide, but you can only get these cans in the US through their site or Amazon, or in Canada through Amazon. So head over to madrenascoffee.com/Linus and use offer code Linus to save a massive 40%.
That's actually pretty huge.
That's a sick discount.
Yeah, it is.
But wait, there's more. They really put, but wait, there's more in the talking points. You know what, Shlomo? You guys are all right. They're running a giveaway for their iced coffee, cold brews, and micro-roast coffee, which you can enter through the link below. So that's madrenascoffee.com/Linus. Use offer code Linus for that 40% discount, by the way. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
But wait, there's more.
Not only is it 40% off, but you get this awesome giveaway opportunity. Heck yeah.
Speaking of things that are awesome, this was posted by Fushi on the forum. EA has shut down the Revive network. That's actually not awesome at all.
No.
No, actually, this is kind of trash.
Ugh.
So, you know how the gaming community went through this whole thing where dedicated servers started disappearing, dedicated server software that came with the game that you could run and set up your own private server that other people could join. Those started disappearing in favor of the publisher actually running their own servers that everybody would connect to. And the argument for this was that, we are simplifying the process and we are increasing the general quality of service for gamers, and we are creating a more consistent experience with consistent rules and map rotations and blah, 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 blah. Whatever the matchmaking is a big argument that's being made for it.
Yeah.
But the problem that a lot of the advocates for private servers brought up was that, well, hold on a second, realistically, EA is not going to want to run, okay, what would be an example of, okay, so let's say Battlefield 2.
Sure.
EA is not going to want to run Battlefield 2 servers when there's maybe a few hundred people left playing the game.
Yeah.
So this is a thing that you're going to pay for. You're going to buy this game, and then at some point in the future, like an MMO, it's just going to expire because it's not worthwhile for EA to keep running this stuff and keep maintaining it, and you're just not going to be able to play multiplayer anymore.
So specifically, they're looking at Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2142, and Battlefield Heroes. I really liked Battlefield 2.
So
That was a really good
one
game.
of the big problems was that GameSpy used to run some of these multiplayer experiences, and when GameSpy disappeared in 2014, Revive, the Revive network, sort of rose from the ashes as an unlicensed and unauthorized way of making these games playable online free of charge. So EA had originally planned to make the older games playable at the time, but reversed the decision as a result of significant technical hurdles, which basically, I think, made the Revive guys think that they were pretty much good to go. But they just posted the following statement. We will get right to the point. Electronic Arts' legal team has contacted us and nicely asked us to stop distributing and using their intellectual property. As diehard fans of the franchise, we will respect these stipulations. And they've been doing this for 3.5 years now. So they've invested not an insignificant amount of their time and effort into making these gaming experiences still available. I wonder if FA Forever is still around. So that's another perfect example of a community-driven project to bring multiplayer back to a game that had been abandoned. It looks like these guys are still up. So this is for Supreme Commander Forged Alliance.
Well, this is a little funky. Because
the experience of FA Forever is actually very good, by the way. I played for a little bit.
I've been trying to figure out this pretty much the whole time. It says, we must ask that you stop throwing down ammo crates. This is apparently a quote. Seems a little informal, but it's apparently a quote. We must ask that you stop throwing down ammo crates. In other more legal stylized terms, please stop distributing copies of our game clients and using our trademarks, logos, and artwork on your sites. It actually has nothing to do with running the forums. And this is pointed out somewhere else in a comment, which made me realize that I'm not the only person that noticed this. Revive doesn't seem to be reacting that way, so I'm wondering if there was more in the statement from EA, because it's a very short statement.
Yeah.
So maybe we didn't get the whole thing, but basically all they're saying is don't make it so you can download our clients. I'm sure people can find another way around that.
Yeah.
And don't use our artwork and logos, but like I'm sure you can find ways around that. Although it might be a little bit of an issue. Where's the thing? Trademark. That might be a bit of an issue because saying Battlefield 2 on the site might be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is a bigger statement overall.
Yeah, it's not that much bigger though, actually. There's not much else more here. It doesn't go this way.
Yeah. Okay.
So honestly, this is one of those like crappy legal things where at the end of the day, totally get why they have to do this. Okay, hold on a second. Kidultra13, I should just ban you from the chat. Let the old online games die and buy new ones. What's wrong with that?
I'm down.
Hopefully you're just trolling. I sincerely hope you're just trolling. But I don't know. No, it's probably fine. No one could be that stupid, so it should be okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll just leave it. Probably trolling, and I can respect trolling more than I can respect thinking that. Yeah, they're our sponsor today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Why don't you just drink it on camera?
How much did they send? I've seen everybody drinking this stuff.
Drinking what? A nice, refreshing Madrenas?
Oh, Lordy.
You're off camera. You're too tall. Now you're behind the mic. But everyone gets it. It's okay.
Oh boy.
That was awesome.
Anyway, so
that sucks a lot.
I totally get why it's happening, and they're like actually right today, but they're only right today because they were wrong years ago, and they
wasted
didn't
a lot of people's time.
Yeah, they didn't provide server software for people to set up their own private servers.
And instead of doing it this way, they could have found some legal way to sanction these kind of things.
Yeah, well, what they would have to do is they would have to release the server software. But because it contains all this matchmaking crap and all of this other stuff that a traditional game server wouldn't have, it probably contains a lot of IP that they are actually still using today and that would be proprietary.
That's fair.
So they actually can't do anything now. They have to protect the trademark. Otherwise, they risk not being able to defend it in the future. And they can't release the server code. So...
But, there's got to be another way to do... Again, they don't specify that they can't run the servers.
Right.
They don't want the trademark being used. They don't want the logos being used. They don't want them to distribute copies of the game. You can stop distributing copies of the game. People can figure that out on their own.
No, distributing... Oh, okay. Distributing copies of our game clients.
Yeah, so they can stop doing that.
Okay. Well,
people can find a way to get a copy of the game.
So let's
if they're
see
going
how
as far as finding this site, I'm sure they'll find a way to download a non-cracked version of Battlefield 2.
I still have a Battlefield 2 key somewhere.
Yeah.
Never actually played that
I'm
game.
sure there are websites on the internet where you can find the ISO file for an uncracked Battlefield 2.
In other news, the NVIDIA GTX 1070 Ti looks to be taking the fight, thank you Ars Technica, to RX Vega 56 at $450. Specs of this thing actually look pretty good. 2432 CUDA cores, 8 gigs of GDDR5, so it's the cheaper GDDR5, not GDDR5X. 256 gigabytes a second memory bandwidth. Okay, cool. And it is, yes, overclockable. So you will see custom designs coming from partners like ASUS.
So yeah, the rumor,
MSI,
which I'm happy we very clearly pointed out as being a rumor of these being not overclockable, was not true.
Yep. EVGA.
That was made very clear in the press release.
Yep.
There's some funky stuff going on though. From source Ryan Schrout, sorry.
Here's our source. He told us that.
I'm from PC Perspective. Sorry, man. Yeah, Ryan Schrout. There's some funky stuff going on. Apparently, partners are not allowed to bin their GPUs. But off the record, some board partners assure that they will be binning GPUs. So that's going to be interesting.
The other rumor is that partner cards will not be overclocked out of the box.
Yeah.
So it will be up to the end user to overclock it. So what this looks like to me is NVIDIA making, if all of this is true, is NVIDIA making an effort to avoid cannibalizing 1080, I guess. Because this card specs
being able to overclock above it
look pretty good.
To it.
Like this thing's got 500 more CUDA cores than the GTX 1070. This is a much fatter GPU.
They're drastically different.
It's thick, you know? Thick. That's what the kids say, right?
THICC.
Yeah. Do they spell it, or is it just implied thick?
No, they say thick, but if you're typing it out, like through a text message or something, it's THICC.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. Too old.
Okay. So this was posted by Hawk on the forum. The original article is from Tweaktown. Intel has announced their next-gen Optane SSD, the 900p. And I'm going to pee myself because this thing is the biggest deal to happen to SSDs since like the X25M, potentially. I haven't actually tested it myself. I haven't actually used one. But right now, the U.2 form factor, so this guy right here, is available at 280 gigs.
I like U.2.
And the add-in card, Intel has not abandoned it, apparently. No one else is supporting it, but Intel's like, yep, nope, we're doing this. Because I guess it lets them reuse their server designs. And the ports aren't going away on high-end boards. They're still there.
And it pulls it off the board.
Yep.
M.2 and PCIe, they're fixed on the board.
Yep.
Being able to have way more stuff pulling it off the board is also good.
And this add-in card is available at 280 and 480 gig capacity points.
It looks good.
Oh boy.
It looks pretty good. Like, it doesn't have the really sick skull, which I've always been into that. The digitized skull was super cool, the skull trail skull. But like it looks sharp. I like the black. But like hopefully the back of it isn't all like scratched up like that one SSD. Yeah, oh my god. That thing looks so good.
You know how much debate there would be at a company as corporate as Intel about using something like this on their branding? Because, like, you got to remember, too, like, North American culture, skulls and flames, cool. Whereas, like, I'm pretty sure that in at least some parts of Asia, this is like putting a big bad omen on your product.
Yeah.
It's like basically like saying
it looks
do not
so
buy.
cool though, and it's weird because I don't even generally like skulls.
Right.
Like remember when we were not I wouldn't say growing up, but like teens. There was all the like people had clothing with skulls on it was like totally in fashion.
You know what? I think I was a little older than you.
Probably.
Yeah.
But not by a ton.
Because like you know,
late teens, early 20s.
We had bum equipment and no fear.
Yeah. No, I had that too. But like,
remember No Fear? Is that still around?
I don't think so. There's a picture of me wearing a No Fear like mesh shirt.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh.
You remember those? The like slightly see-through, and it was only slightly see-through from like here up, because like
those were awful.
Don't show the nipple, but gotta have that see-through. It was awesome, man. Oh man.
No way. No Fear is still around. Sort of. Actually, I don't know if that's stylized the same. So I used to have a No Fear hat. It was black, and it had the eyes on the just above the snap.
Had that.
No, I don't have my No Fear hat anymore. I loved my No Fear hat.
When did
so
you?
It had the eyes here, and then it was No Fear on the back.
When did you stop having that?
Oh no, I have my stupid gecko hat. That's probably the one you're thinking.
No, I know that hat. When did you stop having that?
Before I met you.
Oh, weird.
Oh yeah, a long time ago. Wow.
Maybe I've seen a picture or something. Yeah, there's not much No Fear
there's
stuff.
not much.
No Fear was huge.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, like probably, I'm going to guess I was in like grade 10. Skulls were like totally a thing.
Right.
Just like black fabric with white skulls on it was totally a thing. And I was always like, that's so stupid. You're not edgy. It looks dumb. I don't know what you're doing.
You're not edgy.
Like it just wasn't.
That's ultimate burn. You know what? You're not edgy.
You're trying, which automatically means
You're basic.
it doesn't work. Yeah. But like that looks, the Skull Trail skull though has always looked sick because they found like a classy way to put a skull on something, which I don't know. I thought it was really cool.
All right. Last topic for today. We got to talk about this. Posted by Blue Chinchilla Eating Dorito on the forum. Original article here is actually from the Vancouver Sun. Amazon wants to let the delivery person unlock your front door and go inside your home to... the service is called... How can you call this a service? It's called Amazon Key and incorporates a smart lock.
You give Amazon a key to your house because... who knows?
What? What?
People are going to do it, man. People are absolutely going to do it.
Because, like, honestly, this is one of those things where you're basically just, you're trying to get Amazon drivers, to get ne'er-do-well applicants to become Amazon delivery drivers. And like, if they were anywhere near, I'm afraid to be giving them ideas because by and large, as far as I can tell, most thieves aren't that brilliant. But, like, if they have a brain on their shoulders at all, then what they would do is they would find the squeaky cleanest one, who is the driver, and he just cases. What?
Yep. I've heard it before too. People are absolutely going to do this.
Someone internally is apparently planning to sign up for this.
Yeah, and exactly what you're saying. The driver's going to case the house,
Yeah.
figure out if there's anything valuable in there,
Yeah.
figure out where the security cameras are, what type of alarm system they're using, what their camera setup is, everything.
And then leave.
And then someone else will
And then
do it.
create a list because they're going to be going around to like many houses every day. So they would just get back in their car, pull up the little Google sheet on their phone, be like A or B or C, the date they were there, like the last date anyone from Amazon was there, to make it a little bit harder to put two and two together. Yeah. And then like 6 months down the road, you're going to get hit.
And they'll know exactly what you have and exactly where it is. So they'll be in, out, gone, and have all your most valuable things. Get freaking out.
This is like actually the stupidest thing of all time.
You know what's great too? You know what's going to happen?
And because, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Because there's another big problem too. They don't even need to see where your stuff is. It doesn't matter.
They know what you have.
They know what, they don't even need to know that. They just need to know what kind of stuff you have.
Yeah.
Because if you're the kind of person who just like, because they're not going to be able to just like wander around in your house. Because I'm sure the smart lock, if they have a brain on their shoulders.
Well, a camera turns on when they enter.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You can see the whole thing.
Okay, cool. So I hadn't actually read that far into it, but I would certainly hope that there's a camera.
They see you on
They're
camera.
not wandering around in your house. But
and you have recordings of every time they've been inside.
But if they stand in the front hallway and they see, nothing but like a, dirty old dog bed and like some, soiled newspapers, and you literally ordered like a case of Kraft dinner, then you're a C, or you're a D.
Not worth hitting.
But if you're ordering like baller stuff from Amazon and you got like a nice home, you got to be stupid if you think that you're not getting hit.
You know what I'm really excited for?
Yeah.
Amazon Key enabled apartment buildings.
Okay, I can kind of see it being convenient for apartments.
When they build the structure, they set up key enabled doors and key enabled cameras for every single suite.
I would be less concerned in an apartment, far less.
Yeah.
So that I'm actually a lot more okay with.
I would be less concerned too. Not entirely off the hook, but I would be less concerned.
Yeah, because especially if your apartment has modern features like needing a fob in order to access a given floor, as long as you've got a camera on the person that's there the whole time that they're there, then it's far less of an issue. And
I was kind of thinking it would be cool if you had a double door refrigerator. So you could come up to like the side of your house and then put groceries in the back of your refrigerator.
Yep. So I can see there being stuff that this kind of idea would be cool for. I have no interest in randoms coming into my home though.
Yeah.
Someone in chat, Amazon Shed. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd be super down for
I'd
Amazon
put one
Shed.
of these smart locks on like, a dumpster in my, driveway.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So there are ways that the tech can be used, but the idea of just letting someone go into my house, and so there are positive security things about not leaving a package outside, but I don't think that they were overcoming that by having someone go into your house.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. So there are brands already signed on to enter dwellings via Amazon Key, including Merry Maids and the animal caregiver Rover.com. Man, I just... what this feels like? This feels like, to me, like I'm getting left behind the same way I did when online dating became a thing. Because to me, I was like, apparently Jeff Bezos became the richest man in the world today as their stock price surged 13% to a record high. And he owns 81 million shares, so he's now worth $90 billion. So, there you go. So I feel like I'm being left behind in kind of the same way that I was when online dating became a thing. Because to me, like, I haven't dated since online dating didn't have a stigma around it.
Yeah.
Like, back when I was in high school, meeting online...
Yeah, it super doesn't anymore.
No, yeah, it's no big deal.
Which is, like weird.
Late show hosts are talking about, like, swiping left and swiping right. Like, it's super cash now.
And, like, celebrities are legitimately on it.
Yeah. But when I was in high school, it was like, oh my God, they met online. Ew. To go 100% Valley Girl for you guys.
Yeah.
And
it was good. You did good.
For me, I'm looking at this as kind of the same thing. Like instead of meeting someone random at a away from my home and my stuff and like my privacy location, I am like a restaurant or something. I am bringing randoms into my house. Now, when I hire a babysitter or a gardening service or whatever, I, or usually Yvonne,
yeah, that's fair,
interviews them.
Yeah. In
the same way that, if you think about it, you would traditionally meet a dating partner by an interview process, like an in-person,
sorts, yeah,
handshake. No, but you get what I mean.
It is, though, to a certain degree, yeah.
But we're moving away from that to like, sort of, finding your maid or your dating partner by flipping through the available options and kind of going, oh yeah, that one's got good reviews on.
Maid Swipe.
MaidSwipe.com. Oh, Lordy, I'm sure it's probably a thing.
Oh,
interesting.
I wonder how much it costs.
Can't be available. Because that's just going to turn into a fetish site, like, immediately. It's available!
What? Not even expensive?
MaidSwipe.com.
It's only $15.
15 Canadian dollars. No way!
Holy.
MaidSwipe.com. Whoever buys that, don't just buy it and sit on it. Buy it and make a killing, because that is legitimately, you get a business like that going, you get signed up with Amazon Key. There is a model here, and you actually just clone the Tinder interface.
Well, you could make like an Uber-like service for maids.
Yep.
Using Maid Swipe, and you could swipe through, and they could have different rates and different specialties.
They could be like nearby or not nearby. They come, they clean up, they
different
leave.
Services that they offer. Like maybe this one will do your laundry.
That domain will like straight up not be there for very long.
That's not a bad idea. Hazy, hit it up. You need to hire a development team to start developing all the ideas that I've told you, like Pup Swipe.
It's also Maid Swipe. I mean, some of them might offer that service. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, thank you for watching the WAN show, and we will see you guys again next week.
Goodbye.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Maid Swipe. Linus the Valley Girl apparently exists. Oh, no, never mind. No one has actually put a website on it yet. it's available though. Oh, no, it's not. No, someone has registered it. Perfect. That's what we need. Oh, right, sponsors. Boop, boop, and boop.